down the Wraith. We'll see. I have actually not seen the monster player ever from LFC, so I'm not sure how good they are on the Wraith. We'll have to see if they can pull it home. All right, so I'm just done going through my messages. I just needed to remind you guys, Tim's not here, so once again, I'm going to, because I just really want to hammer this home. TGL scheduling may change due to the fact that December 5th, I may be out. Well, no, not maybe. I will be out for important business on December 5th, so TGL maybe move back a week. We are not streaming during Thanksgiving, so I need to, because Tim's not here, drop you guys the link for that. Just finally getting through all my messages here, and that is all of them. So yeah, TGL is going to be possibly rescheduled and pushed back a week after this because I have important business to go to out on the 5th. Just be sure to stay tuned. You can look at that link for scheduling purposes, as well as just follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, follow Seeds on Twitter, and follow TGL on Twitter, and you guys
So what's your Twitter again?
No, it's happening. At Still Shampoo on Twitter, and Seeds
and the
is
TGL?
A-Seeds?
Yeah, it's Alex Seeds at Twitter, like at
Alex
Seeds. So just as you see down below, it's right below our names. If you look at the TGL Twitter, you can go to the Evolve TGL, which is in the bottom left-hand corner. Bam! And then you have the Gentleman's League website, which is right there. You can click that. You can go there. You can't click it because it's in the video, but you can go to the website and get full information on the TGL if there is a schedule change. That way you have it all available to you whenever you want to check it. But the best way to keep an eye on it is to go to our Twitters, keep following, and make sure you follow Evolve TGL and keep informed on that.
Exactly. So just be sure you stay tuned on Twitter, and that link that I just dropped you guys in the chat is also the official scheduling link. So you guys can just go over there and check out that Google Calendar, and you guys will know what's going on by staying tuned on TGL on the other places it is on the interwebs. And of course, the easiest way, if you're really lazy, is just to follow. Although you shouldn't be lazy enough to go on Twitter. You could also follow us here on Twitch, so you'll know when the stream is live. All right, the picks once again. Kyra, Hank, Old Meta, Jack, Hyde against Wraith. Hyde, my personal favorite assault against Wraith.
Yeah, so we are looking at IC being chosen, and this is going to be Fresh, who's shown us that he can play Bob, he's shown us that he can play Kraken, and now he's showing us that he can play Wraith. So he's pulling out everything, the full arsenal going forward. So he's going to have everything shown. No one's going to know what to do with him at this point.
Yeah, he probably can also play Goliath. I haven't seen him play Goliath today, although we've previously seen him play Goliath and be successful. So no need to worry about his Goliath performance. If you can be successful with Meteor Goliath, chances are you're also pretty good at Goliath. All right, we're going to get into the match in just a moment, guys. I do see it over here. We have teams loading into the lobby.
Yeah, right now we are just waiting for teams to show up. So we will be good to go in just a minute, guys, so don't go anywhere. But in the meantime, guys, for those of you that are just tuning in now, because we are seeing that some of you are just showing up, we want to make sure that you're fully informed on the Gentleman's League and fully aware of what's happening and how this works. But this is a community-run tournament, and of course we have Patreon. But here to give you all the information on that is, of course, Kaiser Tim.
Hey guys, Kaiser Tim
look,
here
it's
to talk
Tim.
to you about
He
our
left,
TGL
but
campaign
he's here in
for
video form.
Patreon. We've always wanted to do a tournament for the community, by the community, and TGL Season 2 gives us the opportunity to create the first ever crowdfunded tournament for Evolve. Now our funds raised by this campaign go towards our prize pool for the players to compete for and to help pay our staff for all the amazing work that they do. So why Patreon? Patreon allows us to fulfill our dream of making a league for Evolve with real stakes on the line. The more patrons we get allows us to make a bigger and better competitive scene. We're also all about the community, so we wanted a way to interact with you guys for helping us with our dream, so check out our rewards. You can donate to support our cause, or for just starting at $5 a month, that gives you early access to TGL content where we can show patrons what we're releasing before anyone else, and you guys can give us feedback on how we can shape the competitive scene further. Donating to Patreon is as easy as setting the amount and clicking to become a patron. Fill out all the information and away you go. All the money will go directly into our prize pool and to pay for our staff, like our caster's Nikki, meaning he won't have to starve tonight. It also gives us stakes on the line for players to compete over. Help us support the greatest league Evolve has ever seen by becoming a patron. Wait, should I look there or should I just stop?
So that, of course, is Kaiser Tim as we're going in. Lobby's made. Teams are good to go. Lobby should be starting in just a minute. And good to go. We're ready to launch. And, of course, with me as we're casting this game, which is the finals of this week's qualifier, is, of course, the one, the only, the beautiful Stell Shampoo coming in live.
Coming out live from Still Shampoo headquarters in California. Everyone who's here, thanks for joining.
I do
Hey,
warn you, though,
speaking of California, go ahead.
he is a part of the Illuminati with the Assassin's Creed. So just beware
that's true.
that he is part of it.
I played, can confirm, has played Assassin's Creed 3. That was actually the game that I started shoutcasting on, Assassin's Creed 3, and I was very familiar with their multiplayer and whatnot. But anyway, for those of you who are also Stell Shampoo headquarters in California, and I will be going over to PlayStation Experience. So I just want to let you guys know, if any of you guys are also going to PlayStation Experience, I will be wandering about, me and DB Sinclair. So if you guys find me and or DB Sinclair at PlayStation Experience, feel free to come up and talk to us, and we'll be carrying around free Evolve merch for you guys. I have posters that I'm pretty sure you can't get anywhere else. They're in that frame right there in the background.
Nice.
But if you
They are
guys
a nice
find
looking
me
frame.
or DB, yeah, we got a. Let's see, what did DB give away last time? Foam fingers. I gave away posters. DB gave away shot glasses. The monster one's a double shot, and the hunter ones are single shots. I thought those were pretty cool. Headbands. The DB's got a lot of Evolve gear, and it's at the Moscone Center. If you guys want to come to PlayStation Experience and you find me or DB, then come say what's up to us, and while supplies last, we'll get you a free Evolve merch. However, if you tweet at me at Stell Shampoo, where you find me on Facebook, facebook.com/StellShampoo, and you personally message me and say, hey, I'm coming to PlayStation Experience, then I will personally try to reserve you some gear, either some posters or something from DB. You know, all you gotta do is come find me, and I feel like I'm not that hard of a person to come find in a crowd. So free Evolve merch if you come and find me or DB. You don't even have to go. If you find us wandering around San Francisco and I still have stuff, then maybe I'll hook you up. But
Best
if you
way to
tweet at me,
find him
more
is to
guaranteed.
tweet him. He'll tell you
Yeah.
where he is so we can give you some of that merch. So make sure to check out
Yep.
the Twitters down below, both our pictures. Make sure to follow it. That way you know what's going on each of our channels. He's, of course, twitch.tv/StellShampoo, and I am twitch.tv/ACeeds. We are good to go, and we are going into the match live. So if you want to see any future content from either of us, it's available there. Or you can follow the channel you're on right now, which is the Gentleman's League. So make sure to check that out. So, yeah. Now we're going into the game. We currently do have LFC versus IC.
All right, we finally have the match starting up. We got Fresh on the Wraith, the only monster he hasn't played today. So aside from normal Goliath, but he played Meteor Goliath. Fresh going to be rocking that. Actually, has Fresh played Kraken today? I think he has.
I don't know. Did he play Kraken? I know he can.
He
I don't know if
can.
He did.
So
it was
let's see how
banned
his
though,
race
so
is.
I think every match it's been
Kraken,
banned.
yeah, Kraken's at 100% ban rate, so I can't blame him for not playing Kraken because Kraken was banned. Anyway, Fresh's Wraith going up against LFC. Inspector Cabot is on the monster for those of you just joining us, and this is the TGL Open Bracket Qualifier Finals. This is the last open bracket, and after this, we are going to have Thanksgiving break next week, and then the tournament will resume sometime after that. Going to start here on Orbital Drill, the first map that is always going to be played.
Just right
in
now
the
we're
first
looking
round
at
of
Fresh,
the
who's having a hard time choosing which perk to go because he's looking at this composition and trying to decide which one will work out best. Personally, against a Hank player, I'm a big fan of picking damage output. I call it the Hank killer build, is that you put 3 points in one ability for stage 2, and that way you have that ability that just blasts through shields, and then you have everything else after that. It doesn't matter if they run capacity and you go through with the damage increase, it just makes you have just enough damage with your hardest hitting ability to break through that shield and deal a little bit of health damage as well. And then you have everything else following up, so you have 2 more abilities, so Hank can't shield those. It just helps you get your way bursted through that, but he might choose to go more of a mobility build, or like, say for instance, like traversal, or maybe something that, like movement speed is an option. We've seen feed speed get picked a couple times today, so that might be an option as well. So we'll have to see which one he chooses. But what do you think a skill build is so far?
I'm going to say 1 warp. I would say 2 warp, 1 abduct. Let's
find
do
out.
that.
We're looking at
Oh,
1 warp,
decoy. I was
1
going to say,
abduct.
I don't like putting points in decoy right at stage 1 because I want 3 points in warp at stage 2. We'll see. I like my supernova. My build is usually 3 at stage 2, 3 warp, 1 abduct, 2 supernova. Which means you can't put any points in decoy because I really want 2 points in supernova and I really want 3 points in warp. And 1 abduct, that's like the 1-hit quit because 1 abduct has enough range for me to work with. But he has decided to take decoy right here off the bat to kind of deceive these hunters and get away from them and possibly maybe even dodge a dome. Ooh, Mammoth Birds, though. That was a double Mammoth Bird hit right there, fresh. Eating them up, though, taking that revenge. That's going to be a solid 6 bars of armor right there. And we do have the Hunters chilling over here around Cyril Raceway.
Yeah,
The
they just found
monster,
tracks right now,
something
so they know where he
was-
went. And right now, just looking at the perks, we do have move speed going on in Fresh. He is choosing mobility and wants to make sure he's able to traverse the map as effectively as possible while stealthing. He's being chased, however, by an Armadon, so there's going to be some damage if that Armadon's able to finish the charge. But they'll also be able to see that the Armadon's way out of position, so they're going to know to turn around and go that way as he's just finally getting away. And here comes the pings. As soon as the Armadon turned around, they're able to see that he's out there. More of these pings getting out, they know where he is, and they're just going to choose to cut through the map to try and get themselves in a better position. Now, we're looking at jetpack recharge on Hyde and movement speed on Jack, which means that they're going to be able to not only traverse the map, but Jack's going to be able to go around the ground and make sure he's using his boosts effectively, or sorry, his repulsor beams. Meanwhile, Hyde's going to be able to make sure that he's airborne, able to traverse such a vertical map, and that the fact that it has such large changes in terrain, goes up and down all over the place, he'll constantly be able to get in position. He'll also be able to block any abilities that he feels like blocking. For instance, in Abduct, he'll be able to block. While Kyra has reload speed, that means that she's going to be able to get out more of those healing grenades, and of course, Hank has capacity.
Of course, with Hank with capacity and Kyra with reload, she's going to be able to reload her heal nades and heal herself much faster. Hank with capacity is going to be able to shield Kyra a lot more, so if someone's going to go down in this team comp, it's probably going to be Hank first off before the entire team cascades down.
Yeah, and there comes the tracking satellite, getting a nick on there on Fresh, so he'll get spotted so they know exactly where he is. Decoy being used to try and get him a little bit of space, try and break their mobility on their chase as that decoy just starts to engage, but it is only a 1-point decoy, so it doesn't last that long. So he's going to have to use that little bit of time that he got quite effectively. Just to let you guys know, when it comes to your traversal, if you're going a decoy build, it's better off to have movement speed versus traversal recharge because if you're going a decoy build. The reason being is because if you use your traversal while you're decoyed, it breaks your decoy, right? Because it reveals you.
It used to not do that in the beta, or was it the alpha? They may have changed it in the beta.
Used to be able
Back
to
in
just,
my day,
you
used to be able to decoy and traverse across the map with an invisible wraith.
Yep.
I have no idea where you were. Oh, those were the times. That was frustrating. I'm glad that's not a thing anymore.
Oh, hey, I'm here, guys. Bye. JK.
Yeah, the decoy, it lasted super long. It did high damage. You could traverse while invisible and pretty much be gone by the time the decoy faded out.
Yeah, it was always quite
Mammoth
ridiculous.
Bird.
So he's going to be evolving
Snack.
right next to the Mammoth Bird. Going to get some quick meets after he evolves. Thanks, however, is in a great position to catch up. He's only at 100 meters, so if he's able to boost effectively and get through here and get all that damage on, he'll be able to throw the Toxic Grenade shortly, and he might be able to catch a little bit of damage just to start nicking at it and stop him from feeding. There goes the Toxic. We'll have to see it connects. He gets 3-point Warp Blast, 2-point Decoy, and is that right on the Mammoth Bird body because we cannot switch views at the moment, and it looks like it was just barely outside the Mammoth Bird body as we see a Decoy to get some space, and then he is outside the dome as he just able to juke through. Trippa, Seka, unable to get the lockdown on that and goes right past Rusty while cloaked. These Mammoth Birds, however, joining in and getting such a shocking treatment towards this Wraith.
Looks like he's going to try to fight at stage 3. He had a capitalization right there he could have pulled off. The dome is now on cooldown, so if he wanted to engage safely without being forced to commit, he absolutely could. And he had a pretty good amount of armor right there. But it looks like our Wraith player is just going to run until stage 3 and try to preserve as much health as possible. His armor pool is going to be pretty big, and his health is going to be looking pretty solid at stage 3.
One thing to know is just that
down at one go.
if you look at the options for the monster player right now, Fresh, he's looking at this composition. He knows LFC is strong. He knows that they're good at evasion. He's looking at this lineup saying, okay, this is a Kyra Hank lineup. If I engage stage 2, it's more likely that I'm going to lose more health than I will deal damage. He might get one strike, and he's looking at that saying, okay, I can get one strike here. That's pretty much going to be it unless I'm extremely lucky. He's choosing to go the safer route and just try and get himself up to stage 3 so that he's ready to fight. He knows that he's not going to be able to get these stealth pounds grabs because it is on orbital drill, which makes it really hard, especially when the way they're traversing is so dependent on each other, and they're so close together. However, Thanks is in a great position to catch him up. Monster has been captured via the decoy, which means not the real one. We're going at it right
he's
now.
Out again. Don't dodge 2.0.
That was a sick play.
This assault player might be in trouble.
Oh, yeah, he's getting exceptional. Has to pop the shield, although his shields will be getting burned through in just a moment. His team is so far away. They're throwing out the heals to try and get him out to make sure he survives the Warp Blast. Is he able to? Yep, just barely, thanks to Yance. Yance coming through with such clutch heals. Going right in, thanks to that half, trying to get everything burned right